So I don't know if you've seen the advertisements. I've seen many advertisements for this course on YouTube. And at first I really wasn't convinced. But then in one of the video ads, Regan Healer, she said something like, if you're still writing affirmations to manifest, you have to stop that because it doesn't work. And that hit me real hard because that was what I was doing and writing affirmations. And it wasn't working. It was not helping me to attract more money. Welcome, my brave hearts and sensitive souls, to Embrace Your Sacred Nature podcast. I'm your host and soul guide, Tanya Ho. So today I want to share with you my oracle card reading for the lunar cycle, June 25th to July 24th. And the purpose of my oracle card reading is to help you navigate and tune into the energies of every lunar cycle. I have a theme set up for each lunar cycle that serves as an anchor, and the card talks about the key message for this lunar cycle for us to focus on. I use the meaning of the card, my intuition, and my experiences in my own life as a way to interpret the card message. So you can think of this as an energy forecast for this lunar cycle that we're in now, and the topics for us to focus on to help us grow and evolve, and of course, to help us to remember our own sacred magical nature. So let's get into it. So the theme for this lunar cycle is reclaim. And the main card I've got is from my favorite oracle card deck, Soulful Women Guidance Card by Shushan Movsesian and Gemma Summers. Sorry if I pronounced their names incorrectly. And this is the card. This is card number 42, Dream Seeds. I nurture my dream seeds with love and appreciation and allow them to unfold in their own time. So it's really funny, interesting that last lunar cycle was all about planting our dream seeds. It was the theme seeds. And this lunar cycle, the theme is reclaim. And the card message that shows up is still about dream seeds. So it gives me this feeling that this lunar cycle is a continuation of last lunar cycle's theme. Last lunar cycle, we have been planting new dream seeds, allowing our imagination to play with new ideas, new possibilities. And this lunar cycle is now being called to turn our attention inward and really deeply engage with our dreams in our minds. So why do I mention the mind? So I want to show you this book that I've read recently, and it's called Mind Magic, the Neuroscience of Manifestation and How It Changes Everything by Dr. James R. Doty. So he explains that manifestation is not just some woo, but in fact, it is brain science. So he writes, manifestation is about cultivating a fierce belief in possibility. So everybody can do it because it's brain science. Now, a very powerful technique that he and other manifestation teachers share is to live as if, and I also mentioned it in my last lunar cycle reading in episode 5. So let's try it out, okay? So please come to a space where you can be quiet, can be alone, unless you're driving now or doing something else while you're listening to this episode, then you can always come back to do this exercise on your own. Okay, so I just invite you to close your eyes for a moment and just take a few deep breaths in and out. And just allowing your breath to bring your awareness back to the present moment now, back into your body. And as your eyes are closed, I invite you to imagine how your day is like when your dream has already been manifested into physical reality. So really engage all your senses, right? And go through your day, starting from when you wake up in your head, as if you have already manifested your dreams into reality. So what are you wearing? What can you feel with your hands? What are your hands touching? What is the smell around you? What can you taste? What words are you saying to yourself, and what words are you saying to other people? And how are you feeling? And so just take some time to go through that in your head and just make a mental note as you engage all your senses in your imagination now and to play with your imagination. And you'll feel free to click pause in this episode. You want to do it a little bit longer. If not, we're just going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out now. And you can let go of that image, let go of the visualization in your head now. Just take a moment to slowly come back and to slowly open your eyes. Now, once you're back, you can click pause to write down your feelings, write down what you saw, write down what you heard in your journal. And if nothing came through in this very brief moment of visualization that we did, like it was completely pitch black or my mind was thinking about something else, don't worry at all. Leave it, come back to it another time, or maybe do a longer meditation first and then go into this exercise. It'll probably be easier for you to go into that visualization. So there's no need to pressure to see or feel anything at this moment. So the cool thing about this is that when we rehearse this in our mind over and over again, our brains actually do not know the difference between what's happening in our imagination and in real life. So we can use this as a base point to reverse engineer our lives. So what kind of thoughts and beliefs does that future version of yourself, the one who has already manifested the dream, have? How will that future version of yourself talk and act and behave? And if you can sense there's a gap between the current you and that future you can start to close the gap by acting more like that future you. You can start to talk and act and behave as if you have already manifested your dreams, even if it hasn't happened yet in your reality. This way, we are taking one step closer to manifesting our dreams because it really all starts with the mind. And this way, we are reclaiming our own power as the master manifester that you are and the co-creator that you are of your life. Of course, it may still take some time to see actual changes happening in your real life. And this card reminds us to be patient and keep nurturing our dream seeds. Don't give up just yet because it's just like planting real seeds. It takes time to water the seeds, to fertilize them, until finally you'll see a sprout coming out of the soil and you cannot force or tell the seed to grow any faster. So we must be patient, and as the card points out, allow the seeds to unfold in their own timing. So to be honest, I'm not an expert in manifestation, but I do want to share with you my own journey with manifestation from learning from other teachers. So last April 2024, I was really struggling with money. I was struggling with my own finances. I was stretched out very thin with more expenses than money coming in. And that actually has been going on for a long time. So I was feeling really stressed out, and I was bowing down and really on my knees, praying to the universe for guidance. And my first message that I received was after I facilitated a cacao medicine circle, and was to contact my first Reiki teacher. So her name came up when I was doing the cacao medicine circle. And so I contacted her, and then I asked her for mentoring sessions. I had to trust my intuition because that was the message that came through. It was very clear. And even though logically my mind didn't want to pay for more expenses, it turned out, of course, it was one of the best investments I've made in myself. And I really did need it. And I'm still receiving mentoring sessions to this day. And that became a base point for me, where it gave me this courage to sign up for another course, which is called The Art of Manifesting by Regan Hillier on the platform Mind Valley. So I don't know if you've seen the advertisements. I've seen many advertisements for this course on YouTube. And at first I really wasn't convinced. But then in one of the video ads, Regan Hillier, she said something like, if you're still writing affirmations to manifest, you have to stop that because it doesn't work. And that hit me real hard because that was what I was doing, writing affirmations. And it wasn't working. It was not helping me to attract more money. So I decided to take her course, and I loved it so much because her course included a lot of visualization visualization, energy activations, meditations, and just sound healing as well to help clear any energetic blockages from manifesting what we want. And of course, she also had practical advices and strategies that were very helpful. So as I was taking this course, I asked my mom to put up one of my apartments in Hong Kong for sale. And it was my mom's gift to me. It was my inheritance, basically. And despite everyone saying how difficult it was to sell an apartment in Hong Kong at that time because the market was really bad, I really trusted the manifestation process. I didn't focus on the opinion of other people, and instead I focused my energy on repeating and following these energy activations and meditations in Regan's course. 3 months later, there was a buyer who offered me exactly what I wanted, and the apartment was sold, and I received the money that I need to support my business here, to support Museflower, my staff, my own family, and to support myself as well. And from this, I also got the confidence to sign up for more master classes, because before I would have never done that because I thought it was too expensive, and I would felt also I was not ready yet, or I was not good enough to take these master classes. So I want to share my story because manifestation does work, but sometimes we also have to wait patiently. And I want to share another story from my life, which is very recent. Now, since last November, I was manifesting for a new tenant to rent our other house in Chiang Rai here, and just there was no one. I had this price, and my husband, he said, well, why don't you lower the rental price to get a tenant? But just in my heart and in my intuition, I knew it wasn't right. I want to stick to my price. So I waited patiently, and I did all the energy activations, the meditations in Regan's course, but nothing seemed to be happening. And then 2 months ago, my staff called me and told me there was this termite infestation in the house. So we had to call in the pest control and did all that. And I was thinking to myself, maybe that was the reason why I didn't have a tenant. And the pest control is still ongoing now after 2 months. Of course, it's better now. And just last week, my staff called me and said we finally had a tenant who was willing to pay for the rental price that I asked for. And the tenant moved in a couple of days later. So now I have a tenant in the house. So sometimes the manifestation doesn't come through just yet because it requires more time. And during that time, what we need to do is to grow into this future version of ourselves who have already manifested the dream into reality. We need to grow and evolve ourselves to be ready for this dream to come into the physical world. And imagine it's like a woman going through pregnancy. She needs to go through all the body changes, the hormonal changes, the emotional and mental changes to prepare for the baby to come and to prepare the transition of this identity role to become a mother. And so for a manifestation to come true and to appear in our own physical life, we also need to do all these changes to prepare for this dream to come into our physical reality. Sometimes after we've been through all these changes, we may not even want the same thing anymore. So dreams can die, and dreams can change shape and morph into completely different dreams. And just trust that is all part of the process of nurturing your dream seeds. Now, I want to share with you the self-care card for this lunar cycle, and it's from this card deck, the Sacred Self-Care Oracle by Jill Pyle, and it's to take a walk in nature. So recently, as I've shared before, I went to the mountains of northern Italy for a cacao mama ceremony retreat, and I was reminded of the power of just being in nature. I truly believe that nature has all the answers we need when we pay attention. So in a retreat, I've experienced something called a medicine walk, where we hold a question in our mind and then you cross over some kind of physical threshold to go into nature. And during the nature walk, you pay attention to the signs and intuitive messages that your body and your mind pick up. So what is drawing your attention? What is calling you in nature? And what wisdom can you receive? And after you receive your answer, you can leave a small offering at the threshold, like a flower or a crystal, to offer your gratitude. And then you return to your daily life, contemplating and reflecting and integrating this new wisdom you have received from nature. So medicine walks, labyrinth walks, forest bathing, or just nature walks are very powerful and healing in their own ways. And I do think we all have to actively make a choice to do that, or else it's just very easy to stay in our comfort zone, stay in our comfort home, stay in our comfort bed, just scrolling on our phone, watching TV, watching Netflix, watching YouTube. So you have to make a conscious decision to say, yes, I want to go out for nature, for a walk. So coming back to this lunar cycle, whatever your dreams are, plan them in your mind now and use the power of your brain to your advantage. Instead of spending all this mental energy worrying how you're going to reach to your dream, just start by connecting with that future version of yourself who have already manifested the dream in your mind. By the way, you are already manifesting. You are manifesting your current reality. So you are already a master manifester. But if what you are already manifesting now is not what you want in your life, you can change the course. You have to go back into your mind and start with imagining how life feels like and looks like when you are living your dream, and you can start to close that gap by acting as if your future version of yourself. So this lunar cycle, you're reminded to reclaim your power as a master manifester and notice how the magic of manifestation can unfold in your life. At the end of every lunar cycle card reading, I like to share a daily reflection prompt that you can use for journaling or just to ponder about. And the daily reflection prompt is this: today, I know that I am one step closer to my dream. You can also list the detail or the specifics of your dream. So I'll repeat it one more time. Today, I know that I am one step closer to my dream. So what is your feeling to that? What is coming up for you as you hear and listen to these words? Feel free to share in the comments below and let me know. And before I close today's episode, I want to share with you the resources that have been very helpful to me in my own manifestation journey. And if you're interested to learn more about manifestation, I would highly recommend these resources to you. So number one is the Art of Manifesting online course by Regan Hillier on Mindvalley. So I do have a link that you can join Mindvalley's membership and actually enjoy $100 off with this link. I do love Mindvalley, this platform. They have a lot of amazing, great courses with great course content. I did sign up to Mindvalley because I wanted to do Regan's course, but there's just so many other courses I've done since then and that have been very, very helpful for me and have been very powerful. So I do really highly recommend Mindvalley. Number two is to go to Regan Hillier's website. She's a really great manifestation teacher, and I just really love the style, how she delivers manifestation teachings. It's not just practical steps, but there are energy activations, meditation, sound healing that goes with her sessions as well. So she has a lot of online courses and workshops that you can sign up on her website. I have one of her class also on my own website, which is called 10K a month masterclass with Regan with bonus master reselling rights. And it's a 2-hour workshop by Regan Hillier talking about how you can rewire your money mindset and to expand your income container to earn 10K or even more a month. The 10K a month masterclass workshop is also available on my website, and I'll leave the link in the show notes. Number three, of course, is the book Mind Magic, the Neuroscience of Manifestation and How It Changes Everything. I just love that how, manifestation now can be explained by brain science. And I first heard of this book from the Mel Robbins podcast. So both are actually really good resources. And number four is our blog at Museflower. I've written a blog on Museflower before on this journaling exercise to rewrite your limiting beliefs. It's actually a journaling exercise that I've learned from Regan's online course, and I share that in the blog. It's great for rewriting any limiting beliefs, not just limiting beliefs for money. It is just a really powerful journaling exercise that you can try out. So thank you for tuning into another episode of Embrace Your Sacred Nature podcast. I'm so grateful for your time. Of course, I also have written a blog for this lunar cycle card reading that you can read. And if you want to get my lunar cycle card reading straight into your inbox, be sure to subscribe to my personal newsletter, which is the same as Museflower's newsletter. And I'll leave all the links in the show notes below. As always, I'd love to stay connected with you, so you can find me on social media. You can hit the subscribe button. You can leave a comment below to share your thoughts and questions. And you can go to my website, www.tanyaho.me, to download your free How to Perform a Simple Fire Release Ceremony at Home guide today. And remember, your energy is your magic, so be you and no one else. This is Tanya from Museflower Retreat and Spa, and I'll see you in my next episode.